Doubt that I am Bill Clinton's son.
30-year-old Danny Williams claims he's the biological son of Bill Clinton.
He was in LA on this hill called Fort Moore Hill, and he drilled like 200 something feet down, stuck it down, and he's like, what the heck? He's like, there's tunnels, a lot of tunnels.
I know they were messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another.
Welcome back to the channel. It's WIZSPEK and I'm back at it again. In today's video, we'll be diving into some creepy TikToks that will make you question everything. Let's get it.
Some of y'all are confused. TikTok is not getting deleted from your phone, but a few things are gonna happen when the TikTok ban happens. You will no longer find the app in the App Store, meaning as if you already have it on your phone, you're safe. But if you don't have it downloaded, you will not be able to re-download it onto your device. You will no longer be able to update the app or refresh the app in any way because the app will be banned in the United States. Meaning as if you have any bugs on your phone, if the phone is going slow because of TikTok, any viruses on TikTok, any fixes that need to happen with TikTok will not be fixed, which will cause the app to go slower. A lot of public Wi-Fi will not allow you to use the app on their Wi-Fi. So if you do not have phone service, you will never be able to use TikTok. This will make a lot of people that does not have phone service try to use Wi-Fi and use VPN, which will cause the app to go 10 times slower. So the app will start glitching, it won't load, as fast, and your service overall on TikTok will be much slower. As far as your storage on your phone, TikTok will not be able to store all of your drafts anymore. You will not be able to save any TikToks to your device, stuff like that. So basically TikTok will become useless. No one will enjoy it because of how slow it will be. You won't be able to save any TikToks or send it to your friends or family or whatever. And for all the kids or adults that don't have phone service, you definitely won't be able to use it, besides using it on a VPN, which will still cause the app to go 10 times slower.
The majority of my videos I compiled for you guys are from TikTok, so if what she's saying is true, after tomorrow, my whole process might be on crutches.
Well, I know they were messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then in the events like this, you sort of look, well, is it on purpose? Which it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be, I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
You can tell Mel Gibson has a lot to say, but he's been very calculated. And again, prayers go out to all the families who's been impacted. You guys are going through some extreme hardships right now, but keep your head up.
Doubt that I am Bill Clinton's son.
30-year-old Danny Williams claims he's the biological son of Bill Clinton, and he's now pleading with Monica Lewinsky to help him by providing genetic material from her infamous blue dress for a DNA test.
When you put them side by side, they do have a lot of resemblance. Hopefully this gets contained in China without it magically flying over the ocean into America. Whatever's in that container needs to stay where it is because it appears to be too strong to be in the public.
There's the first glimpse of them up under the overhang there. Everything about this place is concealed. Really the only places you could see them from is kind of the vicinity of where I'm standing, a little bit of this rim right here, and then this maybe, half-mile section of rim here. If I didn't know where it was, there's nothing that would distinguish it from the other miles and miles of canyon rim up here. I walked a little bit further down, and so you can look even further to the right. You can see more stretched all along there. We'll actually enter into the right over here and then basically walk this hidden ledge below me back around to there. I mean, it's the location is just sublime. Okay, here we are. Now almost immediately you start seeing the remains of some ruins and some walls. These are generally fairly beat up, so we'll continue on down the ledge. So you scramble over a few boulders and then you keep pushing on. Now back here is really where things get interesting. You've got this seep that comes out of the canyon rim. So in addition to all the drips, so you got this large pothole. Some people call them tanks. Back here with a significant amount of water in it. I don't really see how this community would have been viable, without this source of water back here.
Just imagine the dexterity that the ancient village's kids needed to maneuver in these rocks on a daily basis. They were in a whole different level.
There is something else happening in California other than these fires. As you can see, this picture behind me is a Humvee, military Humvee. So in certain parts of California, they got the National Guards, they got FBI and Los Angeles police blocking certain roads and you cannot go down. This particular road, there is no fire down there. So why are they stopping people from going? This guy in the video can't even get to his home.
As you guys can see, everything is being blocked off. But what you guys can really see here is that we have the military, we got cops, we have FBI agents. What do you think is going on here? You tell me.
No.
They won't let us in our house. And man,
someone tell me what the is going on. Why is certain areas being heavily guarded?
Unless this relates to an isolated incident from the California wildfires, I'm not quite sure why the military and the FBI would be involved.
Why hasn't anyone else noticed these hanging heads on the U.S. $20 bill?
A $20 bill. It's not gonna let me zoom in. And they was saying it looked like somebody hanging. But if you look up here at the pillars,
It kind of looks like what I think it looks like, but I managed to grab a 20 and do a second take with a magnifying glass.
Yeah, and people say this is regular snow. Yeah, that's fire. I'm throwing freaking snowballs at it. Wow.
I'm not sure what would cause a bed of snow to have that type of reaction. Probably half a gallon of kerosene was poured on that area right before the video started.
This article that came out 1934 in the LA Times was called Lizard People's Catacomb City Hunted Underneath Los Angeles, California.
Shut up.
This man named G. Warren Schufelt, and he had developed this X-ray penetrating technology to where he could scan different rocks and stuff. He was in LA on this hill called Fort Moore Hill, and he drilled like 200 something feet down, stuck it down, and he's like, what the heck? He's like, there's tunnels, a lot of tunnels, and really big rooms, and a lot of gold. So he went to Arizona and he met with, his name was Little Chief Greenleaf. This Hopi elder said, what you just discovered is one of 3 lost cities along the Pacific coast. And he told about, it was this people group called the Lizard People, but they were called the Lizard People because their idol was a lizard. This was a civilization that was advanced technology-wise, that they had this chemical that they would use to basically bore out the tunnels. The Lizard People's city being amongst these certain hills that exactly line up to where this guy found the thing.
What happened to Schufelt?
They shut him down.
On a surface level, you would think the tunnels underground in Los Angeles could be used as an alternate passageway for transportation, but the last thing you want to run into is those lizard people while you're on your way to work.
The White House said today that a broad Chinese hacking operation had infiltrated at least 8 American telecommunication companies, and that none of them have managed to remove these Chinese hackers from their systems. Nick Schifrin has been following this all and joins us now. So Nick, what did the White House say today?
The White House gave new details on what is believed to be the largest hack
on American telecommunications firms in U.S. history. As you said, Chinese hackers infiltrated at least 8 communications firms in the United States, and over the last 1 to 2 years, quote, dozens of telecommunications companies across Asia and Europe, and the hack was ongoing. Deputy National Security Advisor for Cyber and Emerging Technology, Ann Neuberger, said today.
The affected companies are all responding. Right now, we do not believe any have fully removed the Chinese actors from these networks. So there is a risk of ongoing compromises to communications. Until U.S. companies address the cybersecurity gaps, the Chinese are likely to maintain their access.
Today, intelligence officials were on the Hill briefing all 100 senators in a classified hearing about the Chinese hackers known as Salt Typhoon, and our Lisa Desjardins caught up with Texas Republican John Cornyn.
The Chinese Communist Party has infiltrated the telecommunication systems here in the United States in a dramatic and unprecedented sort of way, and it's a subject of tremendous concern. I'm sure you're going to hear more about it. Because it affects a lot of people, and a lot of, not just in this country, but around the world.
Yesterday, Jeff, a senior FBI official admitted the Bureau still did not know how deeply the Chinese hackers had penetrated, even though the Bureau had been investigating since the spring, and it could take years to know the true scope of the hack.
Do we know, though, who has been targeted?
Intelligence officials describe 3 baskets or 3 groups of targets, essentially. Number 1, a large number of users whose phone metadata was stolen. Number 2, a small group of individuals whose audio calls and text messages were specifically targeted and successfully intercepted. Number 3, the portal that law enforcement uses to submit court orders to telecommunications and internet service providers. And I want to keep that list up for the moment. On the first group, whose metadata was stolen, a senior administration official said today it was, quote, a large number of Americans, but would not provide the number, but it had a, quote, regional focus, suggesting it was designed to find members of the second group, whose calls were intercepted and included senior members of the Trump and Harris campaigns. A former intelligence official described to me, Jeff, that this is so hard because these are incredibly sophisticated state actors with limitless budget and limitless time. They are extraordinarily difficult to detect because they enter networks with stolen credentials so as not to set off alarm bells. And if they detect any surveillance by the Americans, they simply stop moving. They can sit there and take as long as it takes, therefore avoiding detection.
And how has China responded to all of this?
In a statement, Chinese embassy spokesman Liu Pengyu told me that the U.S. claims were, quote, disinformation. And he continued, quote, China firmly opposes and combats all kinds of cyber attacks. The U.S. needs to stop its own cyber attacks against other countries and refrain from using cybersecurity to smear and slander China. U.S., Jeff, is believed to conduct the same surveillance around the world, and I do use that term surveillance. U.S. officials use that term because this is not designed, as far as they can tell, to destroy any critical infrastructure. It is instead designed to conduct espionage, to collect information. No signs that any of this is being leaked online. As for solutions, Neuberger said today the only solution was to require companies to meet minimum cybersecurity guidelines. Right now, those guidelines are optional for these companies to meet.
Hacking metadata, texts, and calls is horrible as is, but hacking a law enforcement portal is on a whole different level. A click of the wrong button may give a criminal a clean slate.
Please, for the love of God, tell me that I'm wrong. Did you know that in 2028, the Olympics is going to be held in Los Angeles County? But not just Los Angeles County, but it includes all of the northern regions of Los Angeles County. Places which include the Pacific Palisades, the San Fernando Valley, and Altadena, which just so happens to be the place that is burning right now. And then I keep hearing about 2028 Smart LA, which is Governor Newsom's plan to prepare Los Angeles County and all the surrounding areas for the influx of millions upon millions of people that will be coming for the 2028 Olympics. And Newsom has emphasized for a comprehensive recovery plan, which he's calling the Marshall Plan, for, get ready for this, LA 2.0. The entire reconstruction, which would cover over 40,000 acres. I mean, this is just for informational purposes only, but It's coincidence until it's not.
I'm going to be watching closely because I don't want to see anything rebuilding except people's houses that they lost.
Look at this, you guys. It looks like the Earth went through another upgrade, y'all. What the heck? Bro, have you guys ever seen this before? This is supposedly a bird. A bird, you guys. Why does it look like a... You know what I'm saying? You know what? Why does it look like that? Oh my goodness. Look at this over here. Here's another picture of it. Oh my God, y'all. This is called the great-eared nightjar. The great-eared nightjar. The great-eared nightjar. And it looks straight out of the movie How to Train Your Dragon. Have y'all seen that? We talked about that. Resembling a mythical creature from folklore, it is only found in Southwest India and Southeast Asia. This bird is only nocturnal, y'all. Think about it. You see that thing at night? What? Are you kidding me? It says at nighttime it is basically invisible. The bird becomes a skilled predator, using its large carnivorous mouth to snatch flying insects midair with precision. Once called goatsuckers by ancient civilization, they were erroneously thought to drain livestock of milk. Is that La Chupacabra? Remember that? Would this be like the version of La Chupacabra? Look at that, y'all. It's crazy. It looks just like a little baby dragon, y'all.
Just based on the looks of that bird, it's telling me in 1,000,001 ways that it can be an in-home pet.
So these two fishermen were out in the water and they came across these weird creatures in the water. I don't know what they are, but they start going crazy, y'all. Check this out. Look at this. To get way more interesting. I believe those are manatees, but this right here, what the heck is this? Do y'all see that? What is going on here, y'all? Y'all see that? Bro, look. Look at all that. What is that about? This is crazy, y'all. It always goes back to the water.
I have been kayak fishing several times, but my experiences have never come close to this one.
Let me tell y'all a true story. Be simple and watch this video to the end. Not even a bear wants McDonald's. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go. Look, you don't want it, guys. This is ridiculous. This says a lot. I'll take a double cheeseburger with mac sauce, no pickles. Come on! Now he takes the burger out of the sandwich. Look, just a burger. Nope, he doesn't want it. Mind you guys, this is a bear. Are you kidding me? Look, he's like, get out of here with that. You see his hand? Oh man, I'm telling you guys. Wow. Stop playing with me, son. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know why that bear didn't eat that, because I eat McDonald's all the time. As a matter of fact, I had a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin this morning. Shh. Shut up! You see what it is, guys? And you still eating that? Let me guess, you getting the $5 special? Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here, guys, and not even the Bears want it, but you seem to want it. Every time I drive by, it's packed. You know why? Because that food is great. Stop playing with me, son. I think I'm gonna get some tonight, guys. What about you? It's not a game out here, guys. The bears don't want it. Mind you, a bear will eat anything. Bear eats animals alive. You seen it. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here, guys. And there's one thing that bears don't like, and that's McDonald's. But I'll tell you one thing. If I ever go like this to a bear with McDonald's, and he doesn't want it, I don't blame him.
Let's just say that bear could tell that burger didn't have enough seasoning on it.
Yeah, I thought this was wintertime. Why are we having so many fires? And of all the places, New York, y'all, this is the Bronx. The Bronx. The fire started at one of the top floor apartments at around 1:45 a.m. And because New York is experiencing high winds, the fire jumped from roof to roof to roof to roof. Like 5 different roofs, y'all. Who let the dogs out, right? Roof. Oh my goodness. The roof is on fire. And yes, there were people in the buildings when the fire started because this is early in the morning at 1:45 a.m. People are trying to sleep. Look at this, y'all. This is crazy.
This fire in the Bronx happened sometime last week, I believe, but luckily it was not an LA fire number 2. And their fire hydrants had water in it.
How the fudge did this vintage movie predict this crash out? Just watch this next clip.
My son has had clean checkups every year since the day he was born. How could the doctors not pick it up? He might not have been tested thoroughly enough.
Why not?
You got an HMO, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's your answer. HMOs pay their doctors not to test. That's their way of keeping costs down. Now, let's say Mike did need additional testing, and insurance says they won't cover them. The doctor keeps his mouth shut, and come Christmas, the HMO sends the doctor a fat-ass bonus check.
Is that true? Possible.
You telling me that these doctors may have known what was wrong with my son and they could have treated him all along?
Not likely, but possible.
Now tell me this health expert isn't saying the exact same thing.
The problem there is that if you figure out a way to help patients heal, that way doesn't include a pill or a surgery, then the hospital and the doctor are in big trouble. Because if you figure out a way to help people heal and you can't charge them for it, well, then you've just worked yourself out of a job.
But it gets deeper than that because millionaires and billionaires are not limited to the same access of doctors that we are. I've always wondered to myself, why do I always see this lady all over my socials being targeted, silenced, and even to the point where she's been forced out of her own country? But it does not even end there. They actively want to hide information from us that can easily improve all of our lives. Just listen to what she has to say.
So the very act of banning me in Australia has actually caused me to explode worldwide in ways that I never dreamt about. The Sustain Me principles, the S, and they're all illustrated here. You've put the laws of health into an acronym. What I did in the book, I started at the head and I go down. I look at the eyes, I look at the ears, I look at the respiratory, the chest, I looked at the stomach, and I go down the whole body. And so it really is a handbook on natural remedies.
I'm not sure what's tougher, peeling an onion till my eyes burn or getting to the truth of that Luigi case.
One time he locked me in containers with his shipment of kids. There were kids in there that didn't speak English. There were kids that were sick and that were already dying. There were babies. There were babies that were 6 years old, and I'll never forget them just crying, and everybody was just staring at them. Everybody was just staring at each other. Nobody knew whether or not to move. I was freaked out.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say for this one. I'm a little bit speechless. All right, guys, we got to the end of this video. If you stuck all the way through, I greatly appreciate it. On your way out, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. It does help me in the algorithm, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.